Merci, Joanne. Oh, God. Thank God I'm in St. John's. There is no better place to start the most consequential election in our history than right here, right now. And I want to thank at the start the amazing group of members of Parliament and ministers who serve this great province and this great country who are here tonight. Goody, Seamus O'Regan, Yvonne, her book's out. Yvonne's book is just out. Don. And I want to thank this amazing group standing behind me, supporting me. Don Bradshaw, Philip Earle, Paul Connors, and Tom Osborne here tonight. Oh, come on up. You can have the microphone if you're going to say that. Listen, I want to say one other thing just before I really get going. I want to acknowledge the harvesters here tonight outside came to make their voice heard. And I want to underscore, like the minister, I'm here to listen. And I understand the importance of making decisions closer to the wharf. And one of the charges our new government, my new government, has given to the Minister of Fisheries is to look at the structure of the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. And how do we get it closer? Because I know the harvesters, and we're all here for sustainable fishery and sustainable livelihoods, and we're going to make sure that happens. So we'll continue that dialogue. Now, I have a question. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who is ready? Who is ready to stand up for Canada with me? Who is ready to win the most consequential election of our lifetimes? Not all. You know, just 2 months ago, in a rink in Edmonton, a rink where I learned to play hockey, I put my hand up to run for leader of the Liberal Party. And I did it because I knew that we needed big change. Big change in here in Canada, big change to fix our economy, big change to fight Donald Trump's tariffs. More on that in a moment. That won't be the last time I mention Donald Trump tonight. Big change to help all Canadians get ahead. And since then, in meeting Canadians from coast to coast to coast, I've seen just how much they do want change. People want change. Les gens veulent le changement parce qu'ils s'inquiètent. Ils s'inquiètent du coût de la vie et de la crise de logement. Ils s'inquiètent pour les jeunes. Ils s'inquiètent de l'avenir du Canada face aux menaces de Trump et un monde plus divisé et dangereux. What Canadians want, they want change, but not just any type of change. They want positive change, new positive leadership that helps us build together. They want leadership that stands up for Canada. That's right. And you know what? Part of standing up for Canada, part of making Canada strong, starts with making life affordable again. And that's why this morning I announced that a new Liberal government will deliver a middle-class tax cut that will save families up to $825 a year. And that's why Joanne and I in the cabinet, our first week, we announced for younger Canadians and those buying a home for the first time, we're going to eliminate the GST. We're going to eliminate the GST on new home buyers. That can save up to $50,000 a year. You know what? Just yesterday, we've been busy. We've been busy in Ottawa, I tell you. It's a change. The city, it's a city that doesn't wake up. You've heard of the city that doesn't sleep. Ottawa, a city that doesn't wake up. But we woke up Ottawa because what we've also done is we've expanded free dental care for the 5 million Canadians aged 18 to 64 who can't afford it. I'll tell you something. Already, with the Liberal dental care plan, 1.8 million Canadians have accessed it. That's people over 65 and under 18. Pierre Poilievre thinks they don't exist. Thinks they don't exist. 1.8 million people. Now he thinks 5 million people don't exist because he doesn't care. He doesn't care. We, on our first day, eliminated the tax on carbon for people, for small businesses, and for farmers. And we did that to end the division it was creating. And you know what else? We reversed that increase in the capital gains tax because we believe that builders and fishers and those who take risks should be rewarded when they succeed. They're the ones building our country. So, in just 9 days, our new government has done more than Pierre Poilievre could imagine in his lifetime in politics. And it's a long lifetime in politics. Of course, I may be giving him too much credit because I say he could imagine if he had some imagination and didn't just mimic Donald Trump. Alors, cette semaine, nous avons conclu un nouvel accord portant sur la défense nationale avec l'Australie pour protéger le Canada. Nous avons renforcé nos relations en matière de sécurité avec la France et le Royaume-Uni pour protéger les Canadiens et les Canadiennes. Et nous avons lancé des discussions sur de nouveaux accords commerciaux avec l'Union européenne pour aider davantage nos entreprises. With the premiers on Friday, and I want to salute Premier Andrew Furey for his service to this province and to this country. But with Premier Furey and all the premiers, amazingly, all the premiers, we agreed to eliminate barriers to trade and labor mobility inside our great country. You think of all the building people from Newfoundland have done across this country. Yeah. And all the hassles you've had to put up to do so. No more. No more. We're going to push. Together, we're going to push to have one Canadian economy by Canada Day. And I'm not finished, because in those 9 days, we also took measures to protect our workers during this tariff battle, using all the proceeds from our retaliatory tariffs against the Americans for workers. Pierre Poilievre is going to take all that money, put it in his pocket, cut taxes for the rich. we're going to protect our workers. We're unlocking. I'm not finished. Hope everyone's comfortable because I got a long list. I got a long list. We are unlocking major infrastructure projects, and we're going to get them moving rapidly, including in conventional energy, oil and gas, in clean energy, in critical minerals. You think about this great province, oil and gas. You think about the hydrogen potential. You think about the critical minerals. You think about new trade corridors with, this would be a change, with reliable trading partners. And we've created new supports for our farmers and businesses during this trade war. We took all of these actions and more, and we did that to create the foundation for a stronger Canada. Now, we need that. We should be doing it anyways, but we need a stronger foundation, because let's be frank, we are facing the most serious crisis of our lifetime because of Donald Trump's unjustified tariffs and his threats to our sovereignty. President Trump, time and again, claims that Canada isn't a real country. When Joe H. Smallwood chose Canada, he chose a great country. And he made it so much better, and you made it so much better. Donald Trump wants to break us so America can own us. We will not let that happen. We are over the shock of that betrayal, and it is a betrayal. But we should never forget the lessons. We have to look out for ourselves, and we have to look out for each other. Nous savons que nous devons veiller les unes sur les autres. Nous ne pouvons pas contrôler le président américain, mais nous pouvons contrôler notre destin. Nous sommes maîtres chez nous. Now, Trump has put tariffs on our goods, on our resources, and he's threatening more. He's put tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on what we need to put food on the table, to put roofs over our heads. Now, Canada's strong response is already having an impact. And I'm proud of the united front of workers, labor, businesses, and governments of all levels, including the provinces. And let me be clear, as your Prime Minister, with these people standing behind me, every dollar we collect will go back to workers and protect you. And let me also be clear. Also be clear, if there's any doubt south of the border, we didn't ask for this fight. But Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves. And in this trade war, I didn't even get to the end. See, that's how ready we are. In this trade war, just like in hockey, we will win. So, by accident or design, everything in my life has prepared me for this moment. You know, I grew up with values that I learned in the classroom, at the kitchen table, and on the ice. My parents were teachers who stressed the importance of hard work, of community, and tolerance. My coaches taught me the importance of ambition and humility. It's a uniquely Canadian combination, ambition and humility. These are good values. These are the values of Alberta. They're the values of Newfoundland and Labrador. They're the values that I took with me when I went away to university. I kept them close when I was managing crises here in Canada and around the world. I remembered those values whenever I worked to build stronger economies, and now I'm drawing on them with a great Liberal team to build Canada strong. And what we need, because this is such a moment, we need new ideas, we need new leadership, we need a focus, and we need action. We've taken a lot of action in the last 9 days, but there is so much more to do, and we need to do it in a short time to secure Canada. So much more to do to invest in Canada, to build Canada, to unite Canada. We will have to do things as a country that we haven't imagined before at speeds we didn't think possible. And that's why I and this incredible team of Liberal Newfoundlanders and Labradorians are asking for your support. We need it. The stakes could not be higher. But you know what? The stakes are high, but the opportunities couldn't be greater. Pierre Poilievre doesn't get any of this. Because, and I've seen this type before around the world, he is this type of lifelong politician who worships at the altar of the free market, despite never actually having worked in the private sector. Never had to make a payroll. His reflex is always to cut and destroy. And while President Trump's plan is to divide and conquer, Pierre Poilievre's plan is to divide and be conquered. His negative slogans aren't solutions. His anger isn't action. His division isn't strength, because we know negativity isn't going to win a trade war. Negativity won't pay the rent or the mortgage. Negativity won't bring down the price of groceries. Negativity won't make Canada strong. And we've seen what's happened in the States. Nous avons vu où la négativité et la division ont mené les États-Unis. Nous sommes plus forts comme nous sommes unis. Les Américains vont s'affaiblir parce qu'ils ne le sont plus. The Americans are getting weaker because they are not unified. Alors, unissons-nous en cette période de crise. This is no time for divisive, angry politics. We're going to win this battle if we choose to be strong. Canada strong. Choisissons fort. Un Canada fort. It's our strength that the Americans want. They want our resources. They want our water. They want our land. They want our country. Never. They can't have it. They can't have it. They don't. Vive le Canada, exactement. Vive le Canada. You know, you think about how different we are. Canada is a mosaic. All the different identities here. America is a melting pot. In the United States, healthcare is a big business. In Canada, it is a right. Aux États-Unis, on ne reconnaît pas les différences. On ne reconnaît pas les peuples autochtones. Et il n'y aura jamais de droit pour la langue française. Les États-Unis ne sont pas le Canada. Et le Canada n'en fera jamais partie. Jamais. Canada will never, ever be part of America in any way, shape, or form. So what do we do? Elbows up. Elbows up, action up. Now, over the years, I've learned a few things about how to manage crises. And the important thing when you're in a crisis is to know the difference between what you can change and what you can't. We can't change Donald Trump. And a person who worships Donald Trump, like Pierre Poilievre, will kneel down before him, not stand up to him. Someone who believes Canada's broken won't put Canada first. And you don't just have to take my word for it. As Premier Smith of Alberta said, this is a quote, and I quote, Pierre Poilievre would be very much in sync with the President. With Pierre Poilievre, everything would be on the table. And that's not what Canada needs. That's not what Canada wants. Pierre Poilievre, c'est la mauvaise personne au pire moment. He's the worst person at the worst time. What can we control? What can we control? We can control our economic destiny. We can do that by putting more money in your pockets. We can do that by making the government spend less so Canadians can invest more. We can do that by making big polluters pay instead of hardworking Canadians. We can do that by building millions of homes. We can do it by making Canada into an energy superpower and creating new trade corridors with reliable power. We can do that. We can do that by forging one Canadian economy, not 13. Now, before I finish, I just want to say a few words about why I'm a Liberal. You know, I got into this because I knew we had to change to build that strong economy and stand up to Trump. And I'm passionate about building a strong economy because that provides good, higher-paying jobs today and brighter futures for our children tomorrow. But the fundamental reason why I care about the economy and Liberals care about the economy is because I and we care about people. And in Canada, Canadians care about everyone. So I'm fighting for a strong economy because I know we can't redistribute what we don't have. I'm fighting for a strong economy because I'm fighting for good Canadian health care. I'm fighting for good Canadian social programs like the Canada Pension Plan for our seniors and daycare for our busy families who are working hard. No daycare with Pierre Poilievre. I am fighting for a strong Canadian economy so we can invest today in the jobs of the future and create a more sustainable world for our children and grandchildren. This is a moment of enormous consequence for our nation. And Canadians have a big choice to make in 37 days. I'm standing before you tonight because Canada has given me everything. My family, my education, my values. And in return, I'm ready to give everything to Canada. So I ask you to do what you can to send 7 Newfoundland and Labrador Liberals to join me in Ottawa. Let's build Canada strong. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Et vive le Canada.